Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, the official CRG, and today we are going to talk about why your attitude and your actions truly do go hand in hand, and why without turning these things around and trying to find a way to make them a positive, that real change will then nearly become impossible. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. Now, when it comes to really making that real change in your life, whether that's through moving states, changing friend groups, or just changing your mentality around completely, it is absolutely crucial for you to start to realize that your actions and your attitude truly do go hand in hand and genuinely will make or break that real change, because that's exactly what had happened with me until I really went and truly started to apply myself when it came to the tasks at hand. Because you see, when I was still living in the city, in all honesty, just my mentality and the attitude I had, the actions I was doing, it genuinely wasn't the very best. Having it just do nothing but just lead me down a bunch of really dark paths in my life and throw me into a bunch of never ending cycles that I honestly had no idea how to get out of. Because at that time, instead of actually applying myself, educating myself, showing up to school, making sure I had a good set of friends around me, I was doing the opposite. I had that bare minimum mentality. I had that I don't care mentality. And it did nothing but slowly start to ruin my life, because your attitude towards the things you do genuinely is everything. So if you just fill that attitude with nothing but negativity, then that truly is all you're going to attract. So because I was doing that, that real change was then never really going to happen, because I wasn't taking control over my mind. Because in all seriousness, I literally was just doing the most crash out stuff. I was doing the most random stuff. I was making street money. I was going and hanging out in the hoods. Like, I was just doing random things, but that stuff was normal to me. Okay. But the second I started to realize that the more my mindset started to just get deeper into these things, the more I started to let that negativity engulf me, the worse my actions were getting. So if I really wanted to make that real change, I then first had to go and change that mentality around, because your mentality is truly one of the most important and powerful things that we have as humans. It controls our day-to-day lives. It controls our moods, our feelings, and most importantly, our actions. So like we said earlier, if you just go and fill that just mentality with nothing but negativity, nothing but roadblocks, nothing but I can'ts or the I don't cares, you're then going to do nothing but have negative actions. You're then going to do nothing but attract that negativity, because you have your mindset set that way, instead of trying to make these things positive and really go and apply yourself when you need to. So, if you really want to start to see some real change in your life, then now is the time to start realizing that your attitude and actions towards the things you do genuinely is so important. And until you start to make these things a positive, that real change will then nearly become impossible. Because I promise you that you can accomplish whatever you want in this world. You just have to change your mentality. You have to start believing in these things, start motivating yourself, start educating yourself, and really start to take action if you want to see these things become real. So moving forward, instead of staying in that I can't, I don't care, what if mentality, go ahead and just truly start to challenge yourself. Take those risks. Go get educated. Go apply yourself, because you can do whatever you want. If I can do these things, then so can you. Your mentality is the key to everything. If you want to start seeing things fall in line, you want to start to have real action in your life, then change your attitude towards the things you do. You can make that change. Stop letting this internet stuff just let you think these things aren't attainable, because they are. You can do whatever you want. There is no difference between you and the other millionaires out there, except the fact that they applied themselves and they actually took that risk. change your mentality, take action, and make these things real, because if I can do this, then so can you. But with that said, today's quote is by John C. Maxwell. He once said, "Your attitude determines your actions, and your actions determine your accomplishments." I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dowden Podcasts.